Hey everyone, special little video today. Triumph Motorcycles have actually put on a ride day for the media, which technically we are. So we're actually going to get to try a few of the new bikes. These are brand new offerings. Lamb's category, but there is also something a little bit spicy. So join me, let's go and see what bikes there are. I'll show you what they are, I'll show you what I think of them. And I've also heard, little birdie told me that we're probably going to be able to do individual videos on these as well. So a bit more in depth. If you've got questions about the bikes, ask them on this video and we'll get to them in the next video. But come check it out.
Brab.
Looks good on you.
I actually fit it, which I'm surprised about.
What do you think?
I'll let you know. I'm going to take it for a ride.
Alright team, first bike of the day. This is the Triumph Daytona 660. First impressions, not bad, quite comfy. So the way that these days work is they'll send us out in groups because there's 6 bikes to ride and about 30 of us that want to try them all out. So they kind of just stagger it. We'll go for a little ride and yeah. So apparently this is the full power 660, so it's about 94, 96 horsepower. Which is, it's less than mine, but it's also a lot lighter than mine, so we shall see. Bars are quite wide for a sport bike, which I quite like. Good for me with me wider shoulders. It does feel super nimble. Man, this thing's so light. Definitely quite firmly sprung. And that's even with me on it at like, what am I now, about 112, 113 kilos. Good that this bike is quite nimble, trying to avoid all of these potholes. See? Literally just said it. Oh, turning tight on sports bikes. You know what's actually really important about this? It's really, really easy to ride slow. But we're not doing that. We have some wildlife on the track today. What are you? I realise that's rude, but turkeys? Little skinny turkeys maybe? Bit of shit on the road. Actually, that was quite good recovery for the stuff. Wasn't leant over or anything, but still kind of felt it go, felt it come back. It's nice when it comes back. gotta say the quality of this feels so good. Like it really feels like it's quality components, strong, you know, materials. It feels solid. It feels very light and it feels very nimble, but it also feels very solid. I'd also say it feels very capable as well. Like I'm not a small guy, as you know, and yeah, this thing likes to get up and boogie for a little 660. And I haven't even really tried yet. It's definitely super smooth because I'm like rolling on and off the throttle in third gear at very low revs, and it's very smooth on and off. It's not sort of jerky or anything like that. It doesn't feel too sharp. Suspension feels very firm, but like you probably want that in a sports bike. You know, I'm used to my cruiser, so that's nice and plush. But this definitely feels good. Something that I really like about this bike that is starting to occur to me, and it takes a while with every bike, is that I feel like I can really trust this bike. There's some bikes you get on and you just think, man, do you really have me? This feels so good. It's so planted, even though it's light, it's very planted. Also noticing that this bike is actually really easy to move your weight around on, and this is the thing with riding sports bikes in this country, is you don't really need to lean over the side. And I said this about the CBR 600R, or 650R rather, the Lambs one, is that you don't need to lean around on the bike and sort of, you know, get all over and get all amongst it and all that sort of stuff. But if you know what you're doing, it's actually really fun. But you don't need to. You can kind of just, you know, I think they're kind of doing this in a similar geometry to the 650 Honda, in the sense of, yeah, it's a sports bike and yeah, it's got the capability to go really well, but it's also like, hang about, like, you probably don't want a full-on crotch rocket that's going to be uncomfortable to ride any kind of distance. So the fact that they've made like a nice soft seat, it's probably a little bit longer and lower than your typical sports bike, and I said the bars are a little bit wider, which is great for me. I'm a bigger lad. But yeah, no, it's it's a really cool offering. Just kind of messing around trying to get comfortable. I can't tell if I'm too big for this or not. I don't think I am. I might look ridiculous. It happens. Look where you're going, Nicholas. Oh, tractor. And every time, it's completely unrelated, but every time I ride these roads, it really makes me remember how much I love living in this area. And that needs to get worked out to happen again soon. I keep missing that gear though. Stupid clown feet. Oh, that tank is very high in a good way. And I'll tell you for why, because I've only just noticed that it's that high. But I don't know how many of you sport bike guys do what I do, where you kind of put your arm across like that and then lean on it when you're sort of cruising or you're on the motorway or whatnot. I do that all the time on these kind of bikes. And this is really high for that in a great way, because I haven't noticed it moving and dancing all over the bike until I actually wanted it to be there. That's a good design. It's a bike. That's Wesley. He takes really nice photos. You should go give him a follow on the Instagrams. And that's the bike I want to ride next. That's the little version of what Preston has. Come on, Wesley. Come on, Wesley. gotta go fast. Alright, we'll go fast. And now everybody runs for a turn. And the bike that I'm currently riding is the one that everyone wants to ride because it's the only full power bike, which means it's the most fun. Alright, I think it's time for a spot of lunch. Now we're on the Scrambler 400, which appears to be in gear. There we go. It's a nice cluster. It's a very nice cluster. Okay, so it's a good size. Like, it's going to be a little bit too big for short asses. Ellie over there decided against the Scrambler because she is a little bit of a short ass, but she's actually not that short. So I guess what that implies that this is a bike for slightly taller riders, which in fairness, in the lambs category, having bikes that taller people can fit on, actually really, really good, because there are bikes out there that, in the lambs category, that a lot of tall people struggle, and they end up getting adventure bikes by default. Man, this feels so cool. It feels like feels like a dirt bike. So Preston from Every Sunday rode this last, and the engine light's on now, so not pointing fingers, but I'm pointing fingers. Yeah, this is cool. I mean, okay, it's taken a while to get up and get boogieing. It is a little bit... It is only a 400, don't forget that. But I mean, she's going. She's doing it. This is such a cool feeling. It's just like riding a dirt bike on the road, but it's like smooth. Gotta say, this Triumph quality is really refreshing. Like, I mean, you can see a couple of places where they've like saved a couple of bucks, but like in all the important places, they've spent the money where they should have. Meow, meow. Ooh, palm trees. I definitely need to move it. Look at all the palm trees. Ergonomics are good for me. As a reminder, I'm 6'2" and about 112, 113 kilos. So, you know, cuddly. But yeah, no, I feel good. I feel, yeah, good geometry, nice seat, good bars. Feels like a good layout. Feels like I could kind of just sit on this all day and just potter. And then I think once you kind of, oh yeah, it's not too bad up high. I mean, the bars are low, but standard. But I guess it's sort of, that's kind of always the way with these kind of bikes. I would always say that I want higher bars. But being up high, it's like very controllable through the feet. Hey look, it's me. Actually, no, if you give it a bit of beans, it'll go. That's cool. I would almost say that this suspension is like, I don't know, I was going to say like, hey, you know, it's just, you know, it's nice, but what I'm forgetting is that the bike that I was on last was a lot stiffer, and this is just really eating these crappy New Zealand roads really nicely, because this is really composed, it's really planted, and having just rid around here 30 minutes ago, I know how crap these roads are, and this bike wouldn't tell you that. So what that really means is that the suspension on this bike is doing a really good job of eating up our crappy roads. So that's cool. I think I kind of want to ride this like a super motard. I'm Still trying to figure it out, but I think that's what I want to do. Doesn't really ride like an adventure bike. One of the guys was saying that you can kind of just stick this thing in 6th gear and it'll go all the way through because it's got enough torque, and I don't think he was lying. You can just sort of sit and twist as you want and roll through, but those the gears are a nice sort of distance apart, so that makes it quite fun actually. I like this. I reckon this would be like, if this was your first bike, which is completely attainable given the price, and I'll put all of that in the website, so if you're watching this on YouTube, jump on the website for all the stats and stuff, particularly for domestic pricing. But for what these are, I mean, these are under 10 grand, and this is such a cool bike. Like, there's a Lambs approved Triumph Scrambler, which is Triumph quality. Yes, it's Lambs powered, but it's just so cool. Like, if this was your first bike, you would not appreciate the struggles that so many of us had riding absolute pieces of shit that were like dirt cheap just to get our licenses on. And if you're really old, you remember that you used to have to do that on up to a 250. Like, that's, oh man, what learners can have now. You don't know how good you've got it, honestly. You don't know how lucky you are. Look at that old fence. Man, I like this area. I don't know what's happening. Al's gone a different way. Actually, Al, that just went the other way on the Daytona, runs Submachine magazine. Keep an eye out for our rebuild project, or our giveaway bike project that Calvin's doing, because I think Al's going to be quite interested in that. And it's a good magazine. It's real cool. Like, if you're into the bike culture and all of that kind of jazz, like, you'll like Submachine magazine. I think you've actually, if you're watching us on the website, just scroll down a bit and we'll have a look on the right, and you can click through to where you can buy Submachine magazine. Whee! What a cool little bike.
Is it recording?
It's already rolling. Is it recording? Yeah, it is. Can you see me?
Yeah.
You see my face?
Yeah, we're good, mate. I know what I'm doing.
Okay, great.
3, 2.
He's got it. He didn't even say the one. He knows not to say the one. Thanks everybody for watching. We've really enjoyed today. So Triumph hosted us to see some of their new bikes that they've just released. They'll be coming on the market soon. Now hopefully I'm going to get a chance to do individual videos on both the 660 and that Scrambler, because that was really cool. And yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Big thanks to Triumph New Zealand for hosting us. This has been a really fun day out, and they've taken really good care of us. Everybody has had a blast. Everybody's liked all of the bikes, and they've all performed really well. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
And we're out.
Thanks, Preston.